Welcome to Clash of Health. Thanks for being here today. It is January 21st, I'm pretty sure. And I'm going to continue to read from the Akashic record information that I got. I'm into the start of the new year, and you can tell in the reading that I was called to do this work. And not only was I called in the past, but I was called in the present to do the work. And I really resisted putting videos out again, other than a couple of ones around the new year, Akashic weather information. And now I just can't resist any longer. So here goes. Here's another video. I tried to make it succinct. I kind of consolidated the information that was probably helpful. Potentially for people who are watching versus stuff that was more personal. So still back in, we started out back in December on the 30th, 2025. Time warp, time rift. I see a door opening, a new life light. I go to the catacombs of life. Times are changing. I see and feel my whole body merging with Jesus. Full body awareness. I hear the Steve Miller song. Time keeps on slipping, slipping away. I want to fly like an eagle carrying me. I let this humongous ruby crystal absorb into me. Is there anything you want me to know, God? And he says, here's a staff on which to build your church. If you build it, they will come in droves. People will be lost in need of internal sustenance. Anarchy. Nightfall will be day, and dayfall will be night. Again, I didn't realize what these words meant, but I think in part they meant to me, or for me, geoengineering, solar geoengineering. Now, they might mean something very different than that for you or in general, but that's what I think they mean for me today. Watch, do not engage. Synastry of existence will fall away in a snap. You have this. You can do this. You all can. So, very much, I felt like the divine was not only speaking to me, but through me. The possibilities of what is next is endless. Pray, bow to your maker. All echoes from here first. You are safe, eternally so. We're holding your loved ones. Wherever you go, there you are. I feel like I'm being cleared and need to eat less sugar. I think of the house of all soon and get excited. If you build it, they will come. Get out of your own way. This is the finality. The sky is the limit for what is next. Again, I think that is a play on words. Tari no longer with fools. Everything is coming full circle. How much is made up? They say much is. I see myself flying through a Rolodex. So to see like the pages of a Rolodex flying, 1, 2, 3, 4. I ask if I'll like this tiny house. So I was moving from a place I had been for a month to this tiny house just for the New Year's. And I felt like I would like it, but then I thought of Nightmare on Elm Street. And it's funny, it was an adorable little tiny home, but he had pictures up, these like horror pictures in the house. And then they said, you can't get there from here. You need to stay at the tiny house first. And what happened when I was at the tiny house, I loved the tiny house, but the only thing was, it had all these smells of fabric softener. They had like plugins, and he that he didn't use, but whoever I guess did the laundry used fabric softener, which I'm really sensitive to. And the first night I woke up, I had really bad allergies. I thought, I don't even want to stay here another night. I wonder if I can check into the next place a day early. And so they said, you can't get there from here. You need to stay at the tiny house first. So I thought that was interesting. Tell the truth always, leave well enough alone. When you walk out of here, say goodbye. Pristine moments in time will be harvest for next ones. Say goodbye. It's time to leave, move on. And then the January 1st, New Year's Day, happy days are here again. Do your practice, call loved ones, move forward one step at a time. Your stories help build the gap for others. Excuse me. Know your ABCs, the fundamentals. Yes, God handing me a staff, soar. Again, double meaning with that, for me at least. I see myself opening a tin can with rusty nails. When I think about the pollutants man-made here on Earth, this is before I knew that SOAR is a cloud seeding company that works within New Mexico. Evenings will come, everything gets dark. Villages will be in despair. Watch, do not engage. Enough has been said to the contrary. Should I make videos? Essential, you put material out. Essential, you work as a war correspondent, shedding illuminations into dark spaces. Truly so. And then Enki said, please help your fellow man in this way, and handed me a flower. I see myself carrying a lantern with others, but my feet and legs are thin and haven't totally landed. Pray. I see myself opening a tin box of nails I need to use in a positive way to build the house of all. I see a splitting of the earth, and I'm in the middle, roaring waters, and then I see Moses in the middle. God's, should I stay in Santa Fe? Yes. Get another Airbnb? Wait, instructions will come soon. Is this an illusion? No. Do you want me to make videos? Marching orders? Clear me, God. I see a dove and then rocks and digging a trench in the ground, a demarcation of past. I ask for protection. I feel that God and Jesus comes through. Jesus goes to my heart space. I see the house of all is like the Taj Mahal. Soon, I'm told. I'm trying to tap into Maharaji Neem Karoli Baba. I can't, but I do feel it coming in my heart. And then Ram Dass comes through and he says, we are here. We are working behind the scenes. All is well. Take it easy today, but go about your business. Then I get an attunement from Mother Mary. Then Ecclesiastics comes up. And then I got some random biblical passages in my mind's eye, and this is what I wrote down in the journal. One was also, I think, Daniel 9. Villages will be built and others torn down. Take risks. The Jews rejoice in the original decree replaced. Not really sure exactly what that's about, but whatever you whatever is yours, fight for all your might. Life's outcomes are unpredictable, cannot know what God's favor or disfavor is. Embrace the present moment and make the best of bad things. The Lord is merciful and forgiving. Things are on God's time, prophetic time, and appealing to Him for restoration. And then on January 3rd, I see myself burning a contract. It's maybe outdated, stepping into the light, possibly limping a bit. Have hope, all will unfold as it is meant to. And then I go outside to the river, and this is like not literally, this is again in the Akashic records. I go outside to the river, and there are two Indian chiefs. They hand me a metal bar with a small indentation. They say it is better than silver. It is iron. They leave. I don't totally appreciate them. Their feathers carry them to heaven, and on their way, they drop a scroll, and it says, accept. I'm here to try and right wrongs, I ask. Hold truths long forgotten, make amends to the land that your people desecrated. Unalienable rights need to be upheld. Someone who sees has to do it. Someone who cares immensely for our people, all people, be responsible. The ability to respond. I ask if it's the Navajo, And they say all tribes are one in the eyes of the God Lord. The land up the excuse me, the land holds memories, dispersive memories, what was, what is, and what will be. With your help and many others, now is the time to stick a fork. Stake a fork in the ground. This place is yours. And then Mother Mary says, don't despair. On high with you, we'll help you. She hands me a lantern, which turns into a saber sword. Then Jesus comes in, follow the yellow brick road, follow the guidance in your heart, and you will know I receive an attunement to my heart space. Tomorrow more will be revealed. Door one, staying. Door two, leaving. Door two feels better. More turmoil with one. I asked God. And then Genesis 14 came up. So let me just pause this. Okay, so I'm going to read just AI's one AI version of Genesis 4. They say it's set in the early Bronze Age, Middle Ages, portrays a real war. Um, and then, who's fighting, demonstrating God's sovereign care for Abraham in the midst of the geopolitical struggle, featuring specific kings, regions, and ancient roots through Let's see. Centers on a regional war where a coalition of powerful kings defeats local city-states, capturing Abram's nephew Lot, and Abram leads a swift rescue mission, culminating in his meeting and tithing to the mysterious king priest Melchizedek, and refusing spoils from the king of Sodom, demonstrating faith over rich earthly riches. So I think that's where I'm going to stop today. Thanks for coming. Thanks for listening. I don't think I have anything else to add. Just going to keep trying to catch this up to where I am right now. I do go into the Akashic records pretty much every day and get information. I've been resistant to putting videos out again. I just feel like, I don't know, there's just more more to it than there used to be. But I definitely am going to follow the guidance of my heart, which says keep going. These pieces of information that I've received in the Akashic Record are very specific to my interpretation and my download of um, what I'm getting, and you might be interpreting it very differently. And whatever interpretation you have is probably the correct one. I don't know that there's any right or wrong answer. I'm not really sure. I'm not going to say that what I'm getting is truth because we all have our truth. So use discernment in interpreting it, and I'll catch you maybe tomorrow. Have a good one.